I'm Angela Stopper, Chief Learning Officer and Director of People and Organization Development here at UC Berkeley.
And I'm Kathy Mendonca, Senior Specialist of Instructional Design, also in People and Organization Development.
At UC Berkeley, we are very proud of our Leadership Development Program. The Berkeley People Management Program was designed to follow the arc of a person's people management career here at UC Berkeley, from aspiring leaders to those who wish to move into supervision, and for those who wish to gain the knowledge needed to navigate our Berkeley policies and procedures, or for those looking to gain the skills necessary to engage their teams and move to being the very best people leader they can be. There's a program in this series for you. But today we're here to talk about the Berkeley People Management Grow the Organization program. The Grow the Organization series is a cohort-based program for senior campus leaders. It has been designed to equip leaders with the skills essential for strategic success at UC Berkeley and to give them the support necessary to bring their very best to their leadership role. Today, we'd like to discuss the Grow the Organization pillar of the program, and let's begin by hearing from some of our past participants.
Hey everyone, my name is Isela. I use she, ella pronouns.
Hello, my name is Regina Parker, and I'm the HR Director at International House.
Hello. Hi, this is Pamela Chan. I work in UDAR, University Development and Alumni Relations.
First, I'd like to say that it was a very fun, exciting opportunity to meet other leaders on campus. I had an opportunity to learn skills and techniques and grow with this cohort during this program.
And the ways that this program made me a more effective leader, it's really, just really simply, I'll say I'm more aware of my power.
BPM Part 4, Grow the Organization, is an in-person cohort-based program that offers 24 senior leaders a chance to learn the skills necessary for strategic success at UC Berkeley. It provides opportunities to learn from peers and practice skills in the safety of the workshop setting.
One thing that was really valuable about the cohort for me is that it allows for a sense of community. I really thrive in group settings, so this really works for me. And in some cases, with intentionality, you can also build a stronger network with your peers.
The fact that we weren't on an island by ourselves, that we are all learning and are challenged by being successful leaders, but the skills and techniques that we learned during this program were very essential, and it gives us the opportunity to meet with other leaders on campus, follow up with them after the cohort, ask them questions, which has been really helpful for me in my success at iHouse.
The program offers insight into each participant's people management strengths and opportunities for growth using the Korn Ferry professional assessment. Participants choose raters from various groups, such as the people they lead, their peers, their customers and clients, their manager and their manager's manager, who provide ratings and comments on skill level and importance in the 15 competencies in the Berkeley People Management Competency Model. During a program session, program participants are given their report and are taught how to read the over 30 pages of feedback. They're then set up to receive one-on-one developmental planning and coaching from our internal team of coaches certified in the model. One thing I want to make very clear, no one other than you and your selected coach will ever read your report. This document is feedback for you and for you only to use as you best see fit to create an individualized development plan. The feedback will never go beyond you and your coach, so this is a safe place for feedback and development planning.
I use the 360 review as an opportunity to ask people that I sort of knew were that I worked well with, but I also made sure that I added a good number of people that I thought I could improve my relationship with them. And from that process, I got some really excellent feedback that really helped me. One individual gave me some feedback that really helped me, and that was to lead more with strategy and vision as I was trying to get others to buy in on concepts. And that's something that I actually do consistently now. And I got that specific feedback from my 360 and from this program.
Some of the insights that I learned from the report are that I have some hidden strengths and that sometimes I underestimate myself. I also learned that it's really important about how you choose your reviewers, the people that you choose to review you. You want to make sure that you choose people that know different facets of your work. And so that was something that I was glad I did really intentionally and was really helpful in giving me a more holistic view of who I am and in terms of through the eyes of others.
The curriculum of BPM Part 4, Grow the Organization, includes 8 interactive instructor-led workshops, which help develop a common language and synchronize practices to help create managerial consistency across campus. Each workshop disseminates best practices in effective people management and provides skill development deemed necessary to promote strategic success at UC Berkeley.
Two sessions. One was the budgeting and financial planning session, where I was really exposed to systems and even reports that I haven't seen in my current roles yet. But I really, what I took away from that is that I can really use that information as well as my influence to decide and influence where monies are allocated and how they're used. And one of the things that it couples really well with the financial and budgeting session was the exercising influence for collaborative management. You learn about strategic and tactical models of influence. And then I also learned about how I already use them and then areas that I can develop even further. And the really nice thing about workshops like that one were that I got to practice those skills with my peers.
The workshops were really helpful. There were different topics and helped you really upskill. And there were some that maybe that one might feel competent in, but there were definitely others. And they were broad-based and all really help in becoming a well-rounded manager.
The program builds in the expectation of skill assimilation back on the job, with each in-person workshop providing integrated group coaching and class time to complete an on-the-job action plan.
And as far as the integrated group coaching, that was part of a lot of the sessions that we had. It was really great to engage in those with my peers. What was really helpful to me is that not only that I helped practice the skills that are outlined in the learning objectives for all of these different sessions, but I also was able to practice my coaching skills. So me as a coach and helping my peers in a really collaborative way. And so that felt kind of important that I was being useful as well.
It was really good to have the opportunity to have those sessions after kind of the teaching or the skills, but to have those interactions with others was really great.
The program also gives you plenty of opportunities to work on your leadership skills and to practice them. It gives you opportunities to speak, to lead conversations, to also participate, to be thoughtful, and to think about the best ways to participate and add to conversation. So I appreciated that.
And I feel like it was very helpful to be able to have group discussion, to hear from others as they provided examples and situations that they have gone through, and be able to share my own situations and circumstances and recognize that you get good feedback from others and other ways to kind of process things from other people's perspectives.
Each workshop also provides a workbook that includes fundamental learning points, relevant resources, and pertinent job aids for use back on the job. When we asked some of the past participants what they felt others should know about the program, here's what they had to say.
The one thing that I would want senior leaders to know is that this is a great opportunity for a cohort-based sort of coaching program. We would pair up with others and we would practice our skills, and you would get really good feedback.
One thing that senior leaders really need to go about going into the BPM Grow the Organization program is that you have to be ready for feedback. Not only ready for the feedback, but ready to take your shine to the next level. And so you have to be open to change, be open to digging into your strengths and your gifts even further, and making sure that you're taking things with a grain of salt, but also really openly. You have to be ready for feedback from other senior leaders and managers, and then also be ready to make some changes around anonymous feedback that you get through the 360 evaluation.
If you are interested in the BPM Part 4 Grow the Organization cohort, please reach out to me, Kathy Mendonca, at KMENDON, C like cat A, at berkeley.edu, and I'll add you to the invitation list for the next cohort. Each cohort is held once per year in the fall. Space is limited to 24 participants and is filled on a first-come, first-served basis. If you don't get into a given cohort, don't worry. You'll be invited to all future cohort opportunities until you're able to attend. Still on the fence about getting on the cohort invitation list? Let's hear what your colleagues have to say.
That we are always growing, that we're always learning, and the way that we have done things, they might have been successful for us in the past, but the opportunity to learn new ways of doing things, think about things a little differently, and utilize those skills and techniques.
Senior leaders who are really love to strengthen their leadership skills and thrive in a group setting are the people who should really be in this program.
And one might sign up if they wanted to upskill, if they wanted to freshen up their management and leadership skills. Also, if they wanted to meet peers across campus and learn a lot more about campus. If they wanted to get a 360 of themselves and also have the context and presented so that the 360 is as helpful to you as it can be. If you wanted to learn more about like the Berkeley ecosystem, those are reasons why you might want to. The other reason why you might want to is because the staffing at the Grow the Organization program is really strong and phenomenal. There are really strong leads that lead you through this program, make it enjoyable and fun and engaging.
Here at UC Berkeley, we value your growth and development throughout your career journey. Our focus on the people and organization development team is to ensure that we are giving you the growth and development opportunities that are right for you as you navigate your career at one of the top public universities in the world. We help to build knowledge among the world's best and brightest, and that includes you, our amazing staff. So if you're a senior leader on campus, please consider signing up for our next run of the Berkeley People Management Part 4 Grow the Organization cohort. You will certainly be glad that you did.